So here we are with our first pair of simultaneous linear equations. So we've got x plus 2y equals 7, and I'm calling that equation 1. And we've got 4x minus 3y equals 6, and I'm calling that equation 2. Now I'm going to eliminate the x's, and there are two steps. They're marked here. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take equation 1 and multiply it by 4. You'll understand why in a moment. So equation 1 multiplied by 4, x times 4 is 4x, plus 2y times 4 is plus 8y, and then that equals 7 times 4 is 28, and I'm calling that equation 3. That's the first step. The second step is to actually do the elimination, and in order to do that I need to notice that equation 3 has got a 4x in it, and equation 2 has also got a 4x in it. So what I'm going to do is take equation 3 and subtract equation 2 from it. So I've got 4x minus 4x gives me 0, 8y minus 3y gives me 11y, you might want to convince yourself of that, and 28 minus 6 gives me 22, and that's the second step, and that eliminates the x's and gives me a very simple equation just in y. Now the next three steps are really very simple and straightforward, and they are solve, substitute, solve. So here I've got 11y equals 22. I can simply solve that to give me y equals 2, and that is the first solution to this pair of simultaneous equations. Now I take this value of y and I substitute it, and I'm choosing equation 1 because it looks like the easiest. So x, the same, plus 2y, well y is 2, so 2y is 4, and that equals 7. So now I've got x plus 4 equals 7, and the last step is to solve x equals 3. So there we are. Those are the 5 steps to getting the two solutions to this pair of simultaneous equations by elimination. But I've not really finished yet. Now, because I'm smart, I want to check that I've got the answer right. Now, I used equation 1 to solve for x. So when I do my check, I'm going to check in equation 2. So I'm going to take the values x equals 3 and y equals 2, put them into equation 2 and see if it comes out right. So 4 times 3 is 12, that's right, minus 3 times 2 is 6, that equals 6, yes that's right, 12 minus 6 is 6, so I can be absolutely certain that my solution set is correct, and the last step is to write out the solution set, x equals 3 and y equals 2. So very quick revision. Step 1 is equalise the coefficients, in this case of x, and step 2 is subtract one equation from another equation in order to eliminate, in this case, x. And then it's solve, substitute, solve. Very simple and straightforward. And then finally there's a check, and then rewrite the solution set. Now that method was eliminating x. I'm now going to do it again, but this time eliminating y. So here I am again with the same pair of simultaneous linear equations. We've got x plus 2y equals 7, Again, I'm calling that equation 1. 4x minus 3y equals 6, and again I'm calling that equation 2. Now this time, as I said, we're going to eliminate the y's. Watch what we do. I'm going to take equation 1 and multiply it by 3. So we've got x multiplied by 3 is 3x, 2y multiplied by 3 is 6y, and 7 multiplied by 3 gives me 21. And I'll call that equation 3. Now I'm going to take equation 2 here and multiply it by 2. So 4x times 2 is 8x. I've got a minus sign here, that's the same. 3y times 2 is 6y, and then 6 times 2 is 12, and I'll call that equation 4. Now I want to eliminate the y's. In the previous example we subtracted, but here, if you notice, I've got plus 6y in equation 3 and minus 6y in equation 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add equation 3 and equation 4. Here it is, 3 plus 4. So 3x plus 8x gives me 11x, plus 6y plus minus 6y gives me 0, and then 21 plus 12 gives me 33. And there, like the last time, in 2 steps I've eliminated the y's this time, and I've got a very simple equation to solve. So now it's the same as last time. Solve, substitute, solve. 11x is 33, so x is 3. Take the value of x, substitute it in equation 1, so you've got 3 plus 2y equals 7, and then we can simply solve 3 plus 2y equals 7, so 2y equals 4, so y equals 2. And there are my 2 solutions. But of course I haven't finished yet, because again I want to check. I substituted in 1, so I do my check in 2. And then once I've checked and got it all correct, I simply rewrite my solution set, x equals 3 and y equals 2, to bring everything together. A bit of good housekeeping there. So there we are. That's how to use the elimination method to solve simultaneous linear equations.